presenting our very own Miss V, humor, do's and don'ts. Humor, do's and don'ts, Miss V.
They say that laughter is the best medicine. But if you're sitting by your lonesome self without any cell phone or any material to laugh at, and you are laughing, you need medicine. And with that, I end my speech. There you go. One of the basic rules of humor, which I remember to do all the time, right? Because I'm in improv, not by choice, but I will share with you how I ended up in improv, and I was the last to know that I was funny. Rule number one is never make fun of other people. Make fun of something that might be applicable to you. In my case, you all know I'm 71, like, yeah, that's dangerous if I'm laughing by myself. Would you want to know the backstory of how I found out I was funny because I didn't know? You can raise your hand if you want to hear.
Yep, I want to hear.
Okay, great. The true backstory is I grew up on scholarships. 7 years old, piano scholar, trained by a German international concert pianist. He never laughed. So I thought life was always serious. At 11, I got another full scholarship, this time to the prestigious American school in my country, which explains why I don't have local education. I grew up with Americans and kids from other countries around the world. Now think about this. I learned early on that there were many kinds of funny, and that is an edge I have in Zoom with people around the world. I learned that when somebody has an attempt in the right timing to deliver something either to diffuse or entertain, figure out what they're trying to say, no matter how bad the diction, pronunciation is, you have to figure out what is the main message. Otherwise, you could end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 on your face. We all know what happened, right? There. I'm not going to go personal about that incident, but again, rule number one, all my rules are one because they're all important. I do improv on stage, in Spanish, in Spain, with drunken men in bars. You realize if I make one tiny mistake, I can get deported immediately. Just remember, when you're visiting, even if I'm there on business, never offend the host country. You don't do that. So, going back to that incident was about a certain known comedian making fun of another person. So that's one no-no. Number two, I am a girl, I can make fun of girls. I should never make fun of boys. I am 71, I can make fun of people my age, but I cannot make fun of millennials because of the age demographics. I am overweight. I can safely and rightfully make fun about being overweight. Like, remember, I am not overweight. I am just under tall.
Under tall.
By Garfield. And way back in the 80s, when Garfield was so popular over here, someone, my sweetheart himself, gave me a birthday gift. It was Garfield. Oh my God, so sweet. He knows I love Garfield. And you know how Garfield's shirt is always short because he's bigger than his shirt. Except this time, the shirt said, you know it, I'm not overweight, I'm under tall. So that was risky because my sweetie knew I had a sense of humor. But if you're going to give a gift like that to someone you're not sure about,
Green.
you might have a problem. So you're beginning to see anything that you think is funny should be safely about you. Now, I'll give you my famous story about how I found out I was somehow useful or effective. I got called into the principal's office when I was 15, like, gasp, a scholar getting called to the principal's office. Think. I do my homework. I participate in class. I'm never absent. What could I have done wrong? So he looked at me, Vivien, I think you're here because you have a violation. Gasp. Number 2, scholar with violation. Oh my goodness grace, I could get kicked out. I said, sir, with all due respect, I don't. He said, you know, we have a dress code. And I'm like, yes, we do, sir. And he said, you know what your violation is? I said, sir, I'm absolutely clueless. Remember the name,
Yellow.
Mr. Rohrer, the principal. And so I said, if I may, I will stand by the wall. I know it's 18, my skirt should be 18 inches from the floor and not any shorter. And he says, what's the wall got to do with it? I said, may I borrow a pencil and a ruler? I said, okay, I promise to erase the little mark I'll make. I went to the wall, measured 18 inches, bright girl, right, scholar. Put a dot, stood by the wall, 18 inches. I smiled at the principal. He says, you could see, like, how could that happen? I said, Mr. Rohrer, may I explain? Sad face, long face. He says, yes, sir, in my family, we have genetically low knees. And so Mr. Rohrer, the principal, said,
Red.
I can see how you got your scholarship, but please make it at least 1/2 inch longer. And with that, I said, you've got a deal, sir. May I go back to class now? And he said, yes. So ladies and gentlemen, at 15, I knew I was going somewhere, and you know where that's going. I'm going to Toastmasters to deliver humor do's and don'ts. I love you from Manila. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you, Vivien. Thank you. And now may we have 30 seconds to